Hey everyone, Ben from Snowboard Gamer. Welcome to episode 59 of This Week in Board Games. In this weekly show, I share with you all the games we played last week, do a spotlight on one of them, go over any interesting board game news, and show any new purchases. Sorry about last week, everyone. Life got super busy for us with my new job, school starting. My niece moved in with us, so we now have 3 teenagers in the house, a freshman, sophomore, and junior in high school. It's gotten pretty busy. Don't worry, I'm gonna get back on schedule. I just missed 1 week. It's the first one in 59 weeks. I will keep the content coming. I'm having so much fun making these videos and interacting with all of you guys out there. Let's get right into the spotlight for this week, which is on the game called Patchwork. This is a 2-player game for ages 8 and up and plays in about 30 minutes. In Patchwork, you're trying to create a beautiful quilt from all these little pieces, and they kind of look like Tetris pieces. In Patchwork, each player has their own player board where they're piecing together patches to build a quilt. Buttons are the source of income in the game and also are the points for scoring at the end. All the patches are randomly placed in a circle around the game board. On your turn, you can do one of 2 things. First, you can purchase one of the 3 patches available clockwise in front of the token. Each patch has a cost in buttons and a timer number, which represents the number of spaces that you move after purchasing that patch. After purchasing a patch, you move the token to that spot in the circle, place the patch somewhere on your board, and then move the number of spaces indicated on the patch. Some patches have buttons on them. Whenever you pass a button spot on the board, you receive button income equal to the number of buttons on your quilt. In this example, I would get 7 buttons when I move past a button income spot. Instead of buying a patch, the second option you can do on your turn is to move your token on the game board to the space directly in front of your opponent's token. If you do this, you collect 1 coin for each space you move. For example, this would get me 4 coins and would be my entire turn. If you pass a button income while doing this, also collect button income. The turn order in Patchwork is determined by whoever is further behind on the game board. Once you pass the other player, it is then their turn. You can potentially have multiple turns in a row if you buy pieces that have low movement on them. There are 5 1x1 patches spread throughout the board. Whoever passes each one gains it immediately and places it on their quilt. The player board is a 9x9 quilt. Whoever creates a solid 7x7 quilt without any gaps gets the 7x7 bonus, which is worth 7 points at the end of the game. Once both players reach the middle of the board, the game is over and points are calculated. Your final score is 1 point per button, minus 2 points for each square on your quilt that you did not fill in, and then 7 points if you got the 7x7 bonus. The player with the most points wins. Kinsey's joining me today to talk about Patchwork. So Kinsey, you've played this quite a few times now.
I have.
Taught several of your friends, right? Mm-hmm. Why do you like Patchwork?
I like Patchwork because a lot of the times I go to play a game and I can't find enough people to play a game. But this one, you only need one other person to play it, and it's super easy to teach, and it's pretty easy to pick up on. You're just building your quilt.
Mm-hmm. Let's talk a little bit about the mechanics of the game. You can buy the first 3 patches there, but you can't buy the rest of them. I think that makes the game interesting because there might be a patch that you know your opponent needs and you can buy it on purpose so that they don't get it. What do you think about the whole button income aspect of the game, Kinsey?
I like the button income because it helps you get extra money so you can get better tiles to put on your board to get a better quilt. But I feel like that every time I play the game, I don't really get very many buttons because all the ones with at least 1 button on them cost a lot more. Mm-hmm. And I don't tend to start getting money until I get more buttons, which cost more money.
I think it's definitely a balancing act between the button income. They're good pieces, but you're right, they're expensive. So if you buy them early on, it's good because you're going to get a lot of button incomes as you go around the board. But some of them don't fill up that many spaces.
And I feel like the time that I can afford the buttons is like halfway through the game, and it's not really gonna help me much more.
If you buy too much button income, you're not gonna fill up enough of your board, and every spot is -2 that you don't fill up.
But the thing about button income is sometimes when I play with my friends, I will get a lot of tiles that don't have a lot of buttons on them because my friend takes all of the tiles with the buttons on them. And then she ends up with like 50 buttons at the end of the game, and then she has like 20 off, and then she still beats me.
When I played Eric last time, I went more for a fill up the space on the board. Mm-hmm. Less of a button income, and I didn't have very many extra spaces, but he had so much button income that he actually ended up beating me. But I've won games before where I had a large button income, and then I've won games where I didn't have a large button income. So that's one thing I like about this game is there's not just one way to win.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Let's talk for a minute about the 7x7 bonus. Do you think it's crucial to get this in order to win the game?
No. I think I've maybe got the 7x7 grid once. And I've played many of games where neither of us get the 7x7 bonus. And I don't really feel like it affects the game that much. And I feel like it's a lot of extra work that you have to do that doesn't really give you that much outcome because it's only 7 points.
I think that if you're pushing hard to get that 7x7 bonus, you sacrifice some other things that you probably give to the other player. And it kind of balances out that way. These little patches, how important do you think these are?
I think that they're actually kind of annoying. Like, they're a little helpful, but also, if it's like the beginning of the game and you get this very first one, I don't know where to put it. I want to be like halfway through the game or towards the end of the game when I have put some of my tiles somewhere and there's a couple spots that I left so that I could put one of these in it. But I'm not gonna know that whenever I pick it up at the beginning. I'll have times where I pick one up and I put it in a spot, and then later I see one that could have fit perfectly in there if I hadn't put that there, and that just pisses me off.
What else do you like about the game?
I like how it's really quick. Like, one time we went snowboarding. I'm sure there's some vlog up there, but we went snowboarding, and this is actually before I snowboarded, and I did not like skiing. So we went to Winter Park, and I brought my friend up with us. And we rode up the ski lift to the lodge, and we sat in the lodge, and we played this game the entire day. While my whole family snowboarded, and it was really fun.
I also like how it's very approachable. The theme is very unique. You're building a quilt?
Yeah.
It's such a unique theme to the game, but it's got that engine building aspect too for people who want a little bit meatier of a game. It's still got that in it. It's not just a super light game and let me Tetris the pieces together.
Yeah, you still have to think about it, and you kind of have to like sabotage your opponent by looking at their board like,
that's true.
Well, I'm gonna buy this one because you need that one.
That's right. Or sometimes you just move spots and go in front of the other person because you don't want to buy one of those. You want them to buy one of those because you want one of the next few available.
Exactly.
So there's some really cool nuances to the game that you don't get playing 1, 2, or even 3 times. You got to play it 5 or 10 times. You start to see things about this game. It's much deeper of a game than it looks like on the surface.
Oh yeah. I feel like that this game is really hard to get a high score in because a lot of other games, they go to like the 100s or like 200s, but this one's like maybe like highest of 20 or 30 at the most. And a lot of the times my scores are negative.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm just not very good at this game, but...
No, you're good at this game. The first time we played, you beat me.
I remember that.
Cool. Well, thanks for coming on, Kinsey. It's a lot of fun.
Was.
Patchwork is up there in my list of top 2-player games. It's a good one. The next game we played is Scythe, Rise of Fenris. This is for 1 to 5 players, or 1 to 7 if you have the Invaders from Afar expansion, ages 12 and up, and plays in 75 to 150 minutes. This is the last expansion in the Scythe series, and I've been so excited for this one to come out. We finally played the first game of it. We got our group of 4 together with me, Travis, his friend Alex, and my friend Ethan.
Whistle while you wait for the geese to cross the road. Gain $2.01 popularity. Pay the girl for her pet geese, or as you call them, dinner. Pay $2 to gain 4 food. Feed the geese to your animal and claim the farm as your own. Pay 2 popularity to build 1 structure.
We're playing Scythe, Rise of Fenris game 1. Ethan has attacked me in the middle. My dude was camping in the factory here, so we're engaging in battle. So I've got all these battle cards here that I'm just going to destroy your 2 mechs.
2 mechs and my main character.
Right.
So you can play up to 3 cards.
You ready?
Yep. It's a big fat nothing that you're playing on. Yeah.
I
I didn't
1.
burn too many times to not. So I played the max that you could possibly play.
Wow.
So drop me down 2 there.
So you lose 2 on... Ooh, he's down to 0 on military, and I just lose 1.
Yep.
But I do get a consolation card.
Yep.
For losing. Oh, sweet.
And you
5.
go back to your. And you go back to your.
That's right. Back to my home base.
Cool. And I get to choose the factory now.
So basically, I retreated.
And I get a star for a victory, which means I also get an influence.
Ooh.
What's Mr. T's favorite drink? Tea.
We had a blast on this game. I am so excited to play the other 7 games in the 8-game campaign. There's compartments in the box that we haven't opened yet that will come out as we go through the campaign. One of the cool things about this is when you're done with it, fully resettable. It's not like other legacy games where you ruin components or put stickers on the board. Totally reset it, do another 8-game campaign again if you want to. The second way you can play it is 11 different modular components which you can mix and match. That adds a ton of variety to the Scythe game. And this is compatible with all of the other expansions for Scythe. It also comes with a co-op mode, so I'm really interested to see how that one plays. We'll probably give that a shot once we're done with the campaign. We had a game night with our friends Eric and Liz this week and played 2 games, 5 Tribes and Azul. I'm gonna first talk about 5 Tribes. This game is for 2 to 4 players, ages 13 and up, and plays in 40 to 80 minutes. This is an awesome game. If you've not tried this, I highly recommend it. It's got a unique mechanism in this game. So you set up this grid of 30 squares, 6 by 5, and each square has a little different symbol on it. And you have a bag of meeples, and you pull 3 out and you put them on every single square. And the mechanic of the game is you pick them all up from a square and you drop them on squares that are adjacent to them. And the last square that you drop on has to have the same color as that one. Then you pick up all the colored meeples of that one and then get whatever power that meeple does, which lets you take some cards. If it's the last one on the tile, you put your camel there and get points. You can put these palm trees or these palaces, which will give you points. We are playing 5 Tribes with Eric and Liz. Say hi.
Hello.
Allison is filming. 1, 2. So I get these 2 green ones, take the 2 cards at the front of the line, and now I get to pay 3 coins to purchase one of the first 3 in line. And I will take this card here. That's my turn.
He's gonna beat us in coins and cards.
He is.
We shall see.
Oh no.
It's a great game. I love 5 Tribes. Definitely recommend checking it out. The next game we played with Eric and Liz was Azul. This game is for 2 to 4 players, ages 8 and up, and plays in 30 to 45 minutes. You're tiling a wall in Portugal and trying to create this beautiful mosaic here. I've talked a lot about this on my channel already. If you want to hear more about it, go check out some of my previous videos, especially my spotlight that I did in episode 45. The last game that we played is Hive. This is a 2-player game with these big chunky tiles. I'm actually gonna dump this out here. Why not? They're a little dusty from our camping trip. That doesn't matter, they're nice tiles. They could be washed. This is why it's great to take to the outdoors. A, it's a great outdoor theme with all the bugs. B, super durable and it's not gonna get ruined. And each bug moves differently around the hive, which are all a group of connected pieces like this. And you're trying to trap the other person's queen bee, and that's how you win. This game's kind of like chess, but plays in 15 to 20 minutes. So this is Hive. I love Hive. Every time I play it, it's just a fun game. If you're looking to get Hive, you might want to check out the pocket version. The tiles are slightly smaller, a little bit more portable. It also comes with 2 expansions built into it. So for the same cost as the base with the large tiles, you can get the smaller ones that includes 2 expansions. And with that, let's get into a vlog from our camping trip over Labor Day weekend. We went with 5 other families, had a ton of fun. When we got back from that, we went to the Labor Day parade where Kinsey and Travis both marched in the parade along with our niece Brooke, who just moved in with us. After the vlog, we'll wrap it up with the news and our new purchases. Check it out.
There. So fancy.
All right, you ready, Charlie?
Yep.
Hold on tight. Here goes.
The plan is we're gonna tow Mr. Hepworth on the jet ski right now,
and we're gonna go and we're gonna make him have like a whole bunch of confidence, so he thinks he's not gonna fall off, and then we're just gonna whip him off. So we'll see how that goes.
You have to come see it. Yeah, it looks so real.
Over there?
Yeah.
All right, what? Show me.
I'm kidding.
Where is it? Oh my gosh. That looks too real. You guys proud of your creation? Nice. The storm blew in late afternoon, so we are heading in. Day was almost done, so we got a full day of water sports in. Sat around, played some Hive. It's a great beach game. If you're looking for one to play while you're camping, the big chunky tiles are just great. Labor Day, and we are heading to our local parade. Our kids are in it.
The two girls are doing color guard, and Travis is in marching band, plays the quads.
And now for the news. Patchwork Express was just released. How appropriate considering I just did a spotlight on Patchwork today. Now this is interesting because the normal Patchwork is 8 and up, and this one is ages 6 and up. It's a little bit simpler, chunkier, larger pieces, not as big of a grid. So if you're looking for a good game for 6-year-olds, check out Patchwork Express, just released. Potion Explosion, one of my wife's favorite games, is coming out with a new version that has a plastic dispenser. Oh man. I've already spent enough on this game, but the plastic dispenser, the cardboard one was my biggest complaint of the game because it kind of bows and the marbles roll to the corners. That's really awesome that it comes with a plastic dispenser. They must have gotten a lot of complaints about the cardboard one not holding up over time. They're also releasing another expansion, which is called the 6 Student Expansion, has green marbles. I don't know what else it does to the game. Sounds like adding another marble will make the game a little bit more difficult, actually. We'll see. That's it for the interesting news that I found this week. Let's get into my new purchases now. For my new purchases this week, there is nothing. That was funnier in my mind when I set the bag out there and made it look like I bought anything. I bought enough games lately. I'm trying to slow down on the purchasing, so no new games this week. That's it for this week in board games. Thanks for watching, everyone. What games are you playing? Leave them in the comments below. Let's start the discussion there. I'd love to chat with you about that. Hope you enjoyed this, everyone, and we'll see you next week. Bye, guys.